everyone, it's Movie Lover Warren 20 here, and I'm here with the next episode or next trilogy of my Star Wars movie reviews. And yeah, we can all guess now that we've wrapped through the prequels, we're on to the next infamous trilogy majority of us Star Wars fans on YouTube hate. Yeah. This is gonna be for none other than 2015's Star Wars, The Force Awakens, or as I call it, The Force Awakens, or even A New Hope, a shitty Disney version of it. Yeah, how exciting! Alright, let's get on with this first. So, we all knew some Star Wars fans can be kind of toxic with their hate to the prequels, so they hate the prequels all because they got corny and had flaws. They thought they were some of the worst things they saw, and they were even harsh on a lot of parts of it. So eventually George Lucas decided to sell, who originally visioned his saga as 9 movies, decided, nah, screw that. Return of the Jedi is the end of Star Wars, and I'm going to keep it that way. So yeah, after Revenge of the Sith, he decided to stop releasing Star Wars movies, and that the story ended. His time with Star Wars and story all ended. Right there. The saga was fully complete. But eventually, in 2012, Disney got a hold of Star Wars and they bought the whole damn thing. And you want to know what's worse? One of George Lucas's old friends, Crazy Kennedy, went and took Star Wars from him and decided to go against George Lucas's back, betray her own friend, and write her version of Star Wars, and we all know how it was. God. So yeah, 2012, Disney decided to make another trilogy so they could have another moneymaker, even though they already had Marvel. They wanted more because they were too greedy and selfish. So, it started a sequel trilogy that would take place after Return of the Jedi. It was going to undo the good ending of Return of the Jedi. And so we got this. Now, I'll admit this. When I heard there was going to be another trilogy, and that Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher were actually coming back, I had hope. I actually had some excitement. I was kind of excited to be seeing Star Wars again. That Star Wars was getting another chance in cinema. And then I saw the teaser in December 2014. And I couldn't wait. And then when the movie came out in December 2015, went to go see it Christmas Day. And I gotta say, well, at the time, first time I saw it, I loved it. First time I saw it, guys. First time I saw it. I actually saw it in theaters about 4 times. Yeah, this was back when I used to like it, guys. That's probably the most time I've ever watched a movie in a theater. Just to let you guys know that. But then, once the DVD came out, over the course of years, and with its 2 other worst follow-ups, as I rewatch it years later, less and less I like it. Yeah. Here's the problem with this movie. This trilogy wasn't needed! Return of the Jedi ended Star Wars. Like, oh my god. I've already said that several times, but we did not need this. They just rushed in all the plots as the movie starts. Like, instead was to replace the Empire with this crap version of them called the First Order. And guess what? We don't know any introduction to them. We just start off with saying, hey, the First Order are now invading the galaxy. We have, without any backstory as to how it all started, we have this new villain now named Kylo Ren, who's actually Han and Leia's son. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Except make him this whiny bitch version of Darth Vader. Except Darth Vader was actually had great development. Kylo Ren has like 0. give him the shitty Mighty Duck helmet, which I thought, before he took his mask off, I thought actually made him more badass. To be fair, Kylo Ren's kind of more badass with that thing, even though I agree that helmet kind of sucks. I prefer Kylo Ren with the helmets than without it. I gotta say that, but anyway. So yeah, as soon as the movie starts, they're already invading the galaxy. You don't show like any moment of peace. Like, no, they just jump at that right away, acting like we're supposed to know about that already, even though we don't. Here are the bad stuff. Like, it just feels a bit too much like A New Hope. Hope, literally. Almost this whole movie is like A New Hope. You feel like someone took the script from episode 4 and did search and replace changes in a word processor and make it a little more modern, make it more better affected, more like realistic effects, give new teenage actors to try to poorly act like the original trilogy characters. Like, here's the thing they did with this. Crash landing on a desert planet at the beginning, check that off. Cute droid, like R2-D2, except with BB-8 this time, check that off. Barroom scene, check that off. Save the day, hero with a troubling past, check that off. Dark side related father/son problems, check that off. Rebels infiltrating base and miraculously disaster planet killer shields, check. New Death Star, this wipes out so many planets, check. That happened in New Hope as well, guys. Hero/pilot makes miraculous attack on planet killer. Check that off and on and on. Then, nearly 40 years of actually waiting for a follow-up we should not have been waiting for, and the billions that Disney got out of this franchise, or stole from this franchise, and the best we can get out of Abrams and the best we get from, like, Disney is this recycled version of A New Hope. Now, guys, I still did have a bit of hope for it when I heard J.J. Abrams would direct it, since, well, he directed the new Star Trek trilogy, and that new trilogy is kind of good. I mean, but at least the Star Trek movies are run by Paramount, and not run by a greedy company like Disney is. So yeah. Oh yeah. And now on to the characters. Well, now, I think the best of the new characters, I think, is Finn. Like, I really wish Finn were the Jedi. Finn were the new Jedi. Finn should have been the new Jedi character in this. Wouldn't have been that bad. I would have liked that. Now, and when it comes to Rey, instead of went to Rey. Now, when it comes to her, when I first see her, like, salvaging for stuff, like, okay, there's some good development going on. I kind of liked where this development with this character was going. She's salvaging for herself, and not bad. And then, of course, but I really didn't like how that garbage, the ship she was talking about, that was like garbage, and they were like trying to escape from when her and Finn, BB-8 were trying to escape from the First Order. Turns out that one she thought was garbage before trying to go to this crappy one that got blown up, and deciding to pick the garbage ship was none other than the Millennium Falcon. Like, come on. The Millennium Falcon's not garbage. Santa. But yeah, these new characters, like I said, don't hold any candle to Han, Leia, or Luke. And another thing about Luke, he's not even in the movie till like the very end. So it's kind of pointless to put him in the cast if you're not even going to put him till like the end of the movie. And he doesn't get one speaking line either. So yeah. Like, even Mark Hamill himself hated the changes of the Disney trilogy, but he was forced to go along with them, and I'm gonna get to that part in the next review. Now, here's the good stuff I liked about it. Well, with Rey and Finn, I mean, in this movie, Daisy and John do have some good chemistry together. I will admit that. Like, I kind of wish it just stayed them. I kind of wish they stay together as a couple for the rest of for the rest of the Disney trilogy. But no, instead they put the boyfriend role for Kylo Ren. Like, you already seen the sequel trilogy, guys. I don't even care about the spoiler anymore. Just like, and now I've already talked about Kylo Ren already. And another good thing I liked about this film was, Han and Chewie are actually the few characters that actually act like their original trilogy counterparts in this. I think the only characters in this trilogy that still act like their original trilogy counterparts. I mean, Han lost the Falcon. He's still back to that scoundrel role, but he's still his original. At least he's still his original trilogy self, a little more. And he actually has some. He actually has a very cool entrance. I actually did like how Han and Chewie entered their first entrance in the movie, where they entered Millennium Falcon, and Han's like, "Chewie, we're home." Like, man, like the nostalgia thing. I also liked, like, for true fans. At the time, it wasn't hard to have your adrenaline level rise, and I also love that John Williams' score still is in this movie. Especially, I loved getting to see that opening crawl again. It was very awesome. Awesome, and I also did like, and I also still liked once Leia entered the picture as well, and yeah, just the few original trilogy characters that still make an appearance in this. John Williams' score are best into this movie. Prevent this movie for not being as bad as the two next ones that come afterwards. Yeah, but then, as much as I didn't mind Rey in the first half, then once she was able to just mind control the Stormtrooper, yeah, without any experience, yeah, I could tell this was not going in a good direction. And don't get me started on the bloody scene where the lightsaber goes to her. That's pretty much the beginning of the Mary Sue Rey, or Mary Sue. And yeah, and I also did not like Kylo Ren's unmasking. Like, they should have can't believe they could have waited till like the next movie or something, or no, they had to do it right now. And it ruined my interest in Kylo Ren. Yeah. Because then in majority of the trilogy, Kylo Ren spends the whole trilogy unmasked, so it makes the Mighty Duck helmet even more useless. And yeah. And I hate how the movie ends after watching the other two movies that come afterwards, because Rey goes to that dumb island. I'm gonna get to why this island is dumb next time, but she finds Luke, and she presents him his lightsaber, but then it cuts to the credits, so we don't see what happens, and I really couldn't wait for the next one, and then we all know what happened afterwards. But that'll come in another video. So yeah. All in all, this was a fine start to a trilogy that what turned out to be lame in the end. But it was still a remake of A New Hope. Just a Disney version. Alright, that's it for Force Awakens, and here's how I'll rank it. I am going to give The Force Awakens a 6 out of 10. And with that pretty much wraps up my review for the first film in the sequel trilogy. And this is not the worst Star Wars movie, guys. I've covered the second worst, but the actual worst is coming next. Oh no, I'd rather be force choked to death than have to sit through that shitty movie again. Oh my god. Time to revisit the nightmare. And anyway, that'll be it for this review. Thank y'all for watching. And if you like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Movie Lover 120.